Hello all, this is Halloween, and if you love costumes and Halloween as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be showing you how to make some awesome costumes without breaking the bank, maybe even using some items you already have at home. Today's episode, we will be recreating a classic, and this is a funny costume. This is one everybody will know. This is one that is inexpensive, and it's so easy to do. In fact, this is probably going to be a pretty short episode. Today, we will be recreating Nurse Ratched from the 1975 comedy drama One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, directed by Milos Foreman. Let's get started. So here I have the Nurse Ratched nurse dress. Now, this is not specific to that character. I got this for $3 at an estate sale, and I'll tell you more about that. I made a belt for it just to give me a little bit of a waistline. Nurse Ratched was pretty thin. I am not. I'm like more normal size or a little bit above normal size. But I just made a belt for it. And I made a belt. I used the material from the gi pants that I bought. If you were on my first Shop With Me video, I bought a pair of pants that I was looking for an Oompa Loompa. I found a better pair of pants later on, and I decided that I would just use this for the material. So I just made this belt. Last time I did it, I just had felt around my waist. I just cut felt into a strip. I Velcroed it or something simple. But it was a really great find to find this dress for $3. I know that sometimes vintage is very expensive online, but just get a top, like a shirt and a white skirt, and put a belt around it. It'll look like a dress. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a dress. I bought this pin, and I had the other two. I had this pin somewhere. Or, oh no, it's just a piece of poster board that I made look like a pin. So that's just poster board that I Velcroed on. I thought it was a pin I had. This was like $12. The hat was $12 or something online. It's like if you look up vintage nurse hat, you'll find it. And then I bought a pair of shoes for $23 on Mercari. Nurse's shoes. And a pair of white pantyhose. I'm going to use my own hair, if you didn't notice my curlers already, and we'll get started. Had to put in my blue contact lenses. I'm going to adjust the lighting here a little bit. Ooh, that's bright. I think this is bright enough. A little lower. Yeah, that's better. Basically, this is a very easy costume, and I did not do this video so much for the costume or the tutorial part of it, but to give you the idea and show you how cool and how funny and how unique it can be as a couple's costume. So my husband's name is Randall. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking these out. And it's so funny because when I decided to do this costume, I always watch the movie. And it had been years since I watched the movie. I don't even know if I'd ever watched it entirely. Even though it's a classic, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, there's a lot of movies like that I had never seen before that I only just recently watched. Caddyshack and some others. But I went ahead and watched the film. I did not realize that the main character, the lead character, Jack Nicholson's role, his name is Randall. So in an effort to make this costume so that it was awesome, I included my husband in it. Last year, I think it was. The years are flying by so fast I can't keep track. But yes, last year, just to make it a little more interesting and so you get the character right away. And he did a great job. First of all, he's kind of hot-tempered anyway, much like the character of Randall. Yeah, especially if he's hungry. And he kind of emulated that role so well. And I just went and got him some stuff from the thrift store. Leather jacket from the thrift store, a blue shirt I think he wears. It was just like a pair of jeans or something, which obviously everybody has a pair of jeans. And brown shoes and stuff. The little sock cap, like a snow cap. What do they call it? A ski cap or something people wear when it gets cold outside. Just a black ski cap. And it was so awesome. And we went out to take pictures because this was before I started, my friends started helping me, make backgrounds and things like that. So we went out and people we had to go to like CVS, and some of the photos were taken at, you know, in the bathroom or near the bathroom at the Winn-Dixie, because that hallway looks kind of morose and sterile like a hospital would. So I had to be creative with that one and figure out, think in my mind, what place would look like that? Well, a pharmacy, you know, because you can't just walk up into the hospitals anymore like you used to be able to because of COVID and everything like that. So I had to find backgrounds, and he was going with me because he was taking the pictures. And people just thought it was so cool. I could tell just by the way they were looking at us. They were like, I heard this one couple, they were walking out of the CVS and we were walking out about the same time. And I heard the girl kind of whisper to the guy, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? And they were looking at us. It was pretty cool. Like, so people will definitely know who you are because this is a classic costume. It's comfortable too. Not a lot of makeup. It's super comfortable and easy. She's all hair because her makeup's very modest. She's wearing probably some foundation, a little bit of mascara, and that's it. Not a lot of makeup at all. She's very homely, actually. So I'm gonna finish taking these out. Alrighty. So I know I said that I don't buy expensive makeup brands. I usually don't. Most of the time I'm just a Walgreens kind of girl. I treated myself. I happened to go to the mall and hit Sephora. Oh my gosh, what an overwhelming place that is. You go in, you're like, I need foundation and I'm gonna get a little mascara, and then you don't even know what to pick because there's so many different things. So, and that's kind of one of the reasons I don't like it. You know, they make it kind of simple over at the Walgreens. They got it all sectioned off. Here's your L'Oreal, your Maybelline, and there you go, and it's like Pierre Vermont and all these different names or whatever, and you don't even know what to choose. You don't know what's good and what's not good. You gotta put it all on your hand and try to figure it out. It's too much. It's way too much for me. But I went with a tried and true when I was there. Kat Von D's line. It's pretty good. I actually like the foundation a little more, the one that I get at Walgreens or CVS. It's the CoverGirl Olay. I can't remember what it's called. I just ran out of it though. The thing about the more expensive lines is that they do last longer. And I'm going through it, you know, doing just everything. So I just wanted it to last a little longer. So I went ahead and got the Kat Von D. This is the warm, light warm, number 45. And that's what we're going with today. That's all we need is foundation and a little mascara, which I do have the L'Oreal mascara. For the hair, I'm just gonna comb it out first. I always, you know, once I dampen my hair and set it, I usually sleep in mine because my hair is really resistant to curl. I gotta spray the crap out of it if I want it to last any longer than 5 minutes. I used sponge curlers with damp hair. You wanna comb it first. Just get all those kinky curls out. It's gonna have a little shape to it, and then we're gonna shape it from there. If you've ever watched a vintage hairstyling video, you probably kind of know where we're going with this. So yeah, the first thing you wanna do is, I know I look like Ethel Mertz right now with the kinkiness, but you wanna just kind of comb it out. Now that I kind of have it all combed out, it doesn't look like it's super kinky, and it will be if you do it that way. Now, my hair's a little, you know, I guess it's on the red side. She had blonde hair or whatever, but I figured it's light enough just to show you. And that's really the purpose of making this video, just to show you what you need to get and everything. And it's an awesome costume. It really is. I had fun with it. And if you're the type that doesn't like a lot of stuff on your face, doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup, doesn't like the discomfort of a costume, this is a good one because it's just, you're just dressing up like a nurse. So it'll be very comfortable, very easy to wear. Now that I'm doing this, I'm going to try and start doing my victory rolls. When you're doing victory rolls, have you ever done them? I don't know. But we're going to spray a little bit on the outside. I got my trusty Aquanet here. Look. I know about the ozone layer and all this stuff. At least we're not doing it as much as we did in the 80s, right? That would be a travesty. Victory rolls were popular back in the 1940s and 50s. They really started gaining some traction after World War II, when you started having the pinups and all of that, propaganda posters and things like that. The models would do the victory rolls. It's actually really pretty. Now these women, somehow, they all had thick hair back then, and if they didn't, they were able to get perms that would make their hair appear more thick. Everybody had a perm, and it really helped your hair keep a curl. But I go and try and get a perm, and it burns my freaking hair off. Did it twice, shaved my head twice. So also my hair is colored, and I guess it's just not strong enough to take all that extra chemicals. So won't do that again. Just use my trusty old, and I mean old, my trusty old sponge curlers. Some of these are from back when I was doing pageants when I was a little girl. My mom would put me in pageants, and like the sponge is starting to dry rot, and I really need to go through my curlers and get rid of some of them, because that's our victory roll. I mean, this is 2 bobby pins. That's 2 bobby pins right there. That's pretty much where we're going with that. It's really not hard to do, especially once you've already shaped your hair with the curlers. It looks adorable. I kind of wish women would still wear their hair like this. When you are, before I did the roll, notice how I kind of back combed it or teased it a little bit. That's going to help give it some volume. So if you have like thinner hair like myself, I don't have real thin hair. I guess it's medium. It's not like super thin, but it's definitely not thick. The teasing, the back combing is going to help to give you a little bit of volume, make the rolls a little bit bigger than they would be if you hadn't teased. So that's our 1 victory roll. And I'm going to put a few more bobby pins in here. They taste like whatever product I had in my hair last time. Yummy. And then we'll do our other. They're really quite easy. I think people think they're hard, and that's why they don't do them. Now, if you have darker hair, you could always, get a blonde wig that's already styled this way. They do make them. I think you would look up pinup wigs or whatever. You could probably get one that's styled exactly this way. Or you can look up victory roll wig, and Amazon, like I was saying before, has some very, they have very good wigs. Pretty decent. The Halloween stores are really lacking this year. They don't have a whole lot. I mean, I was in and out of there with what I got. Now for animatronics, they're always, hot spots for that kind of stuff. You have a lot of decorations. You like to get a little something every year to add to your haunted house or whatever. They're good for that. But again, for costumes, it's just like, I had to go off camera for this one because it's giving me a couple problems. It's easy until the side that never turns out right, you start doing that side. I don't know if it happens to you, but I always have a side that never gives me any problems, and then the other side always gives me problems. Yeah, I don't know why. It just doesn't want to cooperate, There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. I need just a pin. That's looking better. So if it's giving you problems, just take it out and re-roll it. I had to just do that. They're not exactly symmetrical, and hers were perfect, but back then they were doing this a lot more often, and she had professional makeup artists. This style was, I'm feeling very much like an Andrews sister right now. Now we're going to work on the rest of it. And hers was just kind of curled under. You almost need to mold your hair to where it curls under. Hers was just like straight and then down into where it would curl under. Like that. I might use a clip here to tame it. Tame that wild beast. Of course, I'm just going to use this to kind of mold it, hopefully. and then take it out, spray it, take it out. Of course, this one's, again, not participating. Nope, I don't want to do it. Lazy hair, it just does what it wants all the time. I'm spraying at close range because I'm just tired of my hair doing whatever it wants today. But that's the story of my hair. It always does that to me. I'm gonna put another, ooh, I gotta get another pen. All right, now it's time to do our very simple makeup. Yay. I love simple. Just a little of my foundation. A little goes a long way with this. This is a light. It's pretty light, but I'm pretty light, so it matches me pretty good. I've got just a little bit of blush on here, like leftover blush from other times before. I'm just gonna put a little blush on. She's not very fancy. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit, gotta have an eyebrow. I'm not trying to look like her. We don't look alike. We're not the same size or anything. I'm just emulating this character as you would, you probably don't look exactly like her either. But to emulate, have the same hairstyle, have the same kind of makeup. Sorry, I had to get my husband in check. Sounded like he was playing Flight of the Bumblebees in there with the freaking pots and pans. He's the noisiest person I've ever met in my life. If he breathes, it's noisy. It's so noisy. Anything he does is like super loud. He doesn't even realize it. A little bit of mascara. She's not an ugly lady. She was pretty. But she was serious. She didn't smile. She almost always looked like she was gritting her teeth. Now, if you've ever seen Girl Interrupted, they literally took that right from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I believe. Girl Interrupted came out, early 2000s, I believe. Maybe even the late 90s. I don't know the year that it came out. But I saw it, I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen this before, But it's with women instead of with men, It's a female cuckoo house. Cuckoo nest. Still was a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't that original. We are her now. We are her. I got some lipstick still left over from last night. I had to try the new Gwen Stefani lipstick that she has called Give. It's pretty good. It's like $23 at Sephora, which is, it's more money than I pay for lipsticks usually, but it's one of those wand ones, so at least it won't melt in my purse. And it's supposed to be an all-day wear. It was pretty good, because usually when I get the all-day wear ones at the drugstore, they dry my lips out, and then they get all crumbly and weird. So it didn't do that. That was good. But I didn't see how it would really wear all day. Like if you're eating and drinking, you're gonna have to reapply eventually. But maybe it just doesn't come off on your glasses, like if you're drinking out of a glass, or come off on your boyfriend's lip like a regular lipstick would. This is just like a light pink lipstick. I'm probably gonna black off for the most part, because even it is darker than what she wore in the movie. She had a natural lip, so probably not even any lipstick. So let's see how our hair is doing. See? Pretty good. Just comb it out a bit. That's pretty good. That's all I wanted. It wasn't going to be perfect, so it's pretty close. Looks all right. See, this side here is being more of a pain, but this side always is. It's like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that today. Thanks anyway. Could you please, just for a few minutes? That'd be great. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna spray it. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What do you think, Nurse Ratched? Now this is gonna make it. This what's gonna make it right here. And getting it on with the victory rolls is kind of tricky. We're gonna do it. Just gotta have pens ready to go. Nurse Ratched was a pro, man. Get her nurse hat on over all that hard work we just did. Well, this one totally went caved in on me. It works really well too. I just did with another costume is stuffing. stuffing it. Paper towels, cotton balls, using something to stuff the hair so that it kind of stays how you want it. I am Nurse Ratched now. If you want to add a little extra sauce to your costume, carry around a clipboard and have your little cup of pills. Let's go take some photos. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It's definitely an easy costume you can do for very little. I was going to tell you the story about this dress. I paid $3 for this dress. There used to be a haunted house here in St. Pete called Haunted Hell House or something like that. They'd have it open every year for Halloween. Well, I guess the people that were running it passed away, so they stopped having it. We went out to check it out one year, and it was literally a ghost town. Like all the lights were off in the house, and we were like, what the heck? The next year, my hairdresser tells me about this great estate sale. It's in St. Pete, and she gives me the address. And I'm not kidding you, it took us back to that same house where the Hell House used to be every year. I'm like, we've been to this house before. This is the house we just came to last year for the Halloween thing, for the haunted house. And I just recognized it because it was a unique looking house. It had the lattice in the front and things like that. We go inside, and sure enough, she had a whole room full of Halloween stuff. It's mostly like, you know, kind of cute little stuff and not really a whole bunch of stuff that I needed. But that's where I got this nurse's dress from for $3. And I got like a wig and, you know, a couple of other items. But it was just kind of weird how life took us back to that same location, and it was a Halloween, you know, there was a Halloween room in it full of Halloween stuff. Remember, during October, I'm going to be doing costumes every week, so there'll be another one on Sunday. So tune in for that. You don't want to miss a thing. It's gonna get wild around here. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.